What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time watching. So today I'm super excited to announce the new build to you guys. What I'm going to be doing is taking a super awesome Yamaha Banshee here on the left and then combining it with a two-stroke shifter cart chassis and making an insanely powerful two-stroke shifter cart that's probably going to be way too fast. But if you guys are wondering what this means for the YZ250 build that I have going on, that build is still going to be the top priority on the channel. I just wanted something fun and laid back to share with you guys while I'm waiting for parts on that build. But based on your messages on Instagram, I know most of you guys are super excited about this project, so let's come over here and check out the shifter cart chassis. Okay, so this here is the cart chassis that I went ahead and picked up. I got a super good deal on it, and I'm actually really happy with what I found here. So I'm not super knowledgeable about karting, but I do know there's a difference between the smaller 4-strokes and then the bigger 2-strokes when it comes to power, obviously, but then there's some differences in the cart chassis. So if you come back here and look at the back brake, on your smaller 4-stroke engines, you're only gonna have a rear brake here on the rear axle, but on the more powerful 2-stroke engines, you're gonna have 2 calipers up front, 2 caliper disc brake systems up front to increase the stopping power. And then the other main difference is going to be the shifting linkage here. So if you look at the shifting linkage, you're going to have shifting linkage for the 2-strokes because they're shifter carts. On the 4-strokes, they're just going to be single gear most of the time, so you're not going to have to worry about shifting. And then also you already have your clutch linkage set up, so that's going to be perfect for what I'm trying to do. But the main reason I decided to go with this as opposed to building one on my own just really came down to cost. It would have been super fun to build a custom cart chassis, but you'd obviously have to pay for the 3 different disc brake systems to get the stopping power you're gonna need. So I didn't want to do that, and it kind of would have been more expensive to do that than just get a cart chassis that's actually pretty cheap without an engine. But if you come back here to the rear, you can see this chassis is set up to mount. This chassis was actually set up for a Honda CR125 engine, but it's set up to mount it right here, right next to the rear tire, which is great because you're going to have your sprocket right here. But with the Banshee engine, that's actually going to be an issue because on the Banshee, it's a 2-stroke and it's got 2 cylinders. So you got 2 big exhaust pipes coming off the back out of each side, and one's going to have a clearance issue right here. So there's 2 ways I've kind of thought about solving that, and that is to route both of the exhausts off this side, and then you can just run your sprocket like you normally would. Or the other option is to actually bring the engine up here into the center of the chassis, and then you can have the 2 exhausts coming off the back, which would be honestly an awesome look to have 2 exhausts coming off the middle here in the back. And then also you're gonna have your weight distribution here in the center of the cart, which is gonna be good for handling. But anyways, the only thing this chassis is really missing is the Banshee engine, so let's go take a look at the Banshee. Okay, so this here is the 2001 Yamaha Banshee that's going to be the engine donor for the shifter cart. But as you can see, it's just not in the greatest condition. We do have some, it's like the whole frame was spray painted and stuff, so not looking that great right now. But these Banshees are actually have a really big following just because they have a cool front end on them, and they have an awesome 350cc 2-cylinder 2-stroke engine that makes a ton of power. This one I was able to get pretty cheap just because that engine is not running right, and I haven't really figured out why it's not running right because I haven't really tested it yet. But basically when I'm in the first few gears it's not running that great, but when I get into 4th it starts to run better, so I'll have to do some testing on it. But right now I'm going to grab the GoPro and kind of show you guys the issue with the engine. Okay guys, well actually it felt pretty good after riding it. I think it just needed to get some fuel through the carb after sitting for a while because it actually revved up pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with it. After I take the engine out, I may still go through the top end and definitely the fuel system, but overall I don't have to worry about that issue anymore because it seems after you get on that throttle pretty good to run okay. Alright guys, well that is going to be it for today's video. The goal of today's video is just to be a short video to introduce the little mini series that we're doing to you guys. So if you guys are interested in watching this series, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Also comment down below if you want to see anything done to the shifter cart, or if you think, or where you want to see that engine mounted. I couldn't really decide, so let me know down in the comments and I'll kind of take your guys' advice into account on that. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram if you want to get updates throughout the week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.